the 5 best exercises. What determines whether or not an exercise is the best? That's a question that can be answered in a whole variety of ways. However, in my opinion, the best exercises are the ones that allow you to access the dark place and elicit the gains you and I are always looking for, and the reason why we are in this game. The best exercise does not necessarily mean the most fun exercise or the one you enjoy doing. It's the one that gets the best response for you. Everyone's got a different opinion on what the best exercises are. And I know that you'll get the science guys and they'll go down the is it EMG route, what activates muscle fibers. I don't think that's important with regards to natural trainers. You'll get people arguing, yeah man, I prefer the dumbbell bench press, you can get a greater range of motion than the flat bench. But a lot of people might find dumbbell presses quite cumbersome, lifting that weight up, putting your shoulders in a completely vulnerable position. There's always that risk-reward ratio attached to some of these lifts, how cumbersome they are, how long they take to set up. I mean, I look at people doing hip thrusts, for example, in the gym, and they're there for 20 minutes setting up like bars and plates and getting the wee bench and the cushion, and you're like, Jesus Christ, you could have did about 100 burpees, 200 burpees in that time it took you to set that up, and it would probably get you better results overall. All right, it may not have made your glutes bigger, but time, efficiency, so forth. Okay, anyway, I'm rambling. Now, I'm going to go through my 5 best exercises and why I think they're the best, and this is just my opinion. And I'm going to do it with the beautiful soundtrack of my son playing in his room, causing chaos. Anyway, number 5, the Trapball Deadlift. The Trapball Deadlift is an amazing lift. The reason being, it just gets set up easy. You just fire on the plates, you flip the bar around to your preferred position, and you just get ready to rock and roll. There's no really this sort of setting up for the deadlift. You see these guys in YouTube and they've got their arms out and they go through this ritual. You just pick the bar up and down, up and down. Anybody can do the Trapball Deadlift. You're just picking stuff off the floor. If you've attended a manual handling course, which we all have, then the Trapball Deadlift is easily performed. The Trapball Deadlift is excellent because, as I've already mentioned, you get into a good position from the offset. It's easy to teach. I prefer it to the conventional deadlift. I do not have the body type or the height to perform a good conventional deadlift. I lack that tightness in my upper back. It's just something I've never really performed to a level which I feel that is important to reduce the risk of injury. And it's one that I always feel my back feels in a temperamental position. I don't like to go into an exercise feeling vulnerable. And when I say vulnerable, I mean that, am I going to perform this with good technique? Because that's a recipe for disaster, particularly with deadlifts. You hear horror stories with deadlifts. People will argue with that to their blue in the face. I'm just not a fan. That's just my opinion. Trapball deadlifts can be done for high reps relatively safely, particularly from the high bar handle position. People will also argue, but the high bar, you're just decreasing the range of motion. It's not. Listen, you're picking weight up off the floor, you're keeping the body under tension for a considerable amount of time, and you're travelling in a dark place. Once you travel to a dark place, the gains become activated, in my opinion. So Trapball Deadlift, number 5. Number 4, I would say, is the dip. I'm a big fan of the dip. They can be performed in most gyms. They are highly accessible. And they can be done for high reps, and they get great gains. A lot of people say that the dip is like the upper body squat. It's something I don't really agree with, because I don't think the effects are that profound, or the way it's put across. But the dip can be performed in a variety of positions. You can lean forward, you can add weight, you can get a nice chest stretch. Really builds the shoulders up nice and gets that volume in the delts. So yeah, the dip is number 4. Dips are also great to add to body weight circuits, and it's not like you set a circuit up in a gym and you've got to commandeer half the gym and piss off most of the people using the gym. So yeah, definitely the dip is my number 4 exercise. Number 3 is the standing overhead press or the strict military press. Now, that's one of my favourite lifts. It's a lift that I've always been able to perform a high number relative to body weight. A couple of weeks training with a deadlift and I can get body weight over my head. I think it's because I've got short arms, I don't know, but it's just a lift and my body responds to favourably. It's also one that really responds to high volume, and you can fire up your strength in the upward trajectory quite quickly, I tend to find. If you increase the volume in standing military press, your strength will shoot up exponentially, which will have carryover to your burpees, your push-ups, your bench press. Plus, firing weight above your head is just far more impressive. It always has been. That's why it's an Olympic sport. Now, one thing that I have also went down the path of is that the standing military press is even more beneficial when the weight's taken off the floor. And this is where I pay homage to Jared Miller, Mythical Strength. If you're looking to build mass and put the body under considerable load for an extended period of time, then if you want to do the standing military press, then you may as well turn into a cleaning press from the floor. It just puts the body under so much load. It takes you to the dark place quite quickly. It hits the lungs hard. It hits the lungs super hard. It's just overall body tension for me. And I find my body responds to that favourably. I mean, yesterday I did my kettlebell circuit, my kettlebell workout, where I just performed kettlebell cleaning presses for an hour and a half, and I am in a world of pain today. My shoulders are smoked, my lower back's really copped it, my upper back's feeling quite tight, my hamstrings, they are in agony. So all over body lift, takes you to a dark place really quickly. Absolutely great lift, Gain City with that one. Number two is a difficult one because I've got so many options, and it's the burpee. But which burpee is it? For me, it has to be the Navy SEAL burpee. The Navy SEAL burpee is gain central. The Navy SEAL burpee gives you the passport to Rep City. The Navy SEAL burpee is just one of it probably is the most brutal exercise in the list. The reason being that it just takes you into the darkness instantaneously. And it's an exercise which really exposes people. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'm trying to think more along the lines of biomechanics. If you compare the 3-pump burpee to the Navy SEAL, they're completely different. The push-ups in the 3-pump are relatively easy, and even though you're performing the same amount of push-ups on a Navy SEAL, that motion where you're bringing your legs up, it seems to increase the range of motion on the shoulders, meaning that you have to always get that lockout, and it's almost that you extend forward. I don't really know, I can't articulate it, but anybody who does the Navy SEAL burpee regularly will know exactly what I am speaking about. Navy SEAL burpees completely smoke your triceps, they completely dominate the shoulders, and when used for high reps, they elicit the growth that you look for. So they're an excellent hypertrophy based style burpee. They also get the heart rate up to a phenomenal level and just get that calorie burn and that fat shredding effect that we all crave for the ripped gains. So Navy SEAL burpee. Number one lift, or number one exercise for me is the chin-up and the pull-up. Why? I don't know. Chin-ups are just awesome. Chin-ups are just that exercise that typify real-world strength. They're the exercise that we've seen in movies, Full Metal Jacket. Are you trying to tell me you can't do one pull-up? If you can't do a pull-up, then the game's over at this point. If you claim to be a strength guy, you're a bodybuilder, you're training in the gym, I don't care. If you cannot do a pull-up, I don't care if you can squat 1,000 kilos, but if you can't do one solitary chin-up, then I am not listening. The chin-up is the most natural movement that humans should perform because we pull ourselves, we climb stuff. That's what we do when we're kids. Chin-ups also are physique definers. They are physique definers. If you want to get a physique, you could just do chin-ups alone, in my opinion, because it's just going to bring your back out nice and wide. It's going to accentuate the shoulders. No one can complain about having a big back. As Scott Steiner says, we all want to walk into a room sideways. A big back is good. Chin-ups are awesome. They are awesome. They can be performed anywhere with a bar. High reps, weighted vest. The gains you will elicit from mastering the chin-up, pull-up, or its many variations will be immense. And it is the one exercise you must include in your regime. You have to do the chin-up. It is awesome. Now, that is 5 lifts. However, I've missed one out, so I'm not making a 6, but this is the bonus lift, and it's the squat. And what type of squat? I don't care. Goblet squats are cool. Safety bar squats are my personal favourite because they provide you with that you've got that sort of leaning over effect where it's almost like a front squat. It seems to really hit your quadriceps hard, for me anyway. There's more push coming up. The 20 rep squat I'm also a big fan of. I have had to give up straight bar squatting because my wrists can't handle the width on the bar, which I feel you need to use to get a good lift, to get the elbows under the wrists. So yeah, squatting. Probably if I was to pick one with the most profound results is the Bulgarian split squat. The Bulgarian split squat with weights is just torture, absolute torture. Most people avoid it, and for good reason, because it takes a bit of setting up to do. It can be quite dangerous if your balance is a little off. But yeah, the Bulgarian split squat I would probably pick out of the squatting variations as the one that is going to garner the biggest results, purely because it takes you into that pain zone. So these are my 5 favourite exercises, the exercises I deem to be the best exercises and which should be included in your list. If not, fair enough, give it a try though. You will be quite pleasantly surprised by the results that these exercises elicit. Okay, thanks very much. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, the usual stuff, and keep watching. I'm going to try and get my channel moving more into a direction where it becomes all concerning my thoughts on training as alongside the burpees, just to kind of get my knowledge base, if there is one, and how I feel about this, have had an extensive period of my life training. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.